I've been reading a book called Golf and the Spirit by M. Scott Peck. For those of you who may know, M. Scott Peck is also the writer of The Road Less Traveled. Fantastic books. I mean, the man has a way of just bringing out issues of life and being able to get you to reflect on what your journey in life is. In this book specifically, he equates a round of golf over an 18-hole round to the journey of life. And one of the biggest lessons that I pick from that book is how to recover from a bad situation. He speaks of it from the context of having played a bad shot and the choices that you have to make. Those who know me very well know that I'm an avid golfer. I try to get on the golf course every once in a while. And there's always that time that you'll hit a really terrible shot. Get out there and get into the bush. So I've got two choices at that point. Do I take another club, a big club, and try and get that ball out of that bush with all the force that I have, at the risk of hitting a tree and getting further back into the bush? Or do I look for the smallest gap, an opportunity to just get out and then continue and try and get a decent score out of that hole? And those are the choices that we have to make in life when we find ourselves in a bad situation. Reading this book reminds me of one of my greatest moments in sporting history. And this is the comeback of Tiger Woods. I mean, there are many people who had ruled this guy out. They had said he'll never come back, he will never play golf, he will never win a championship. But he came back. Despite his injuries, despite his personal issues, he came back. And the next thing we knew is that he was wearing the green jacket, having won the Masters at Augusta. What a feat, considering the challenges and considering the fact that this guy had been completely ruled out. But it was that recovery, and that's pretty much what this book tries to put out there. How do you recover from difficult situations? How do you get yourself out of a place that is pretty much dark, like we are in right now? We're in a dark place. There are many people that may have lost their jobs. You may have even lost your business, and your income is significantly impacted by the COVID-19 situation. But right now is also a time to try and reflect and ask yourself, how will I get out of this situation? What are the opportunities that are there? Because we can sit and think about everything that we've lost, but forget that it's very important to sit back and also look at the gap that is available for you to go through and try and get your life back on track. Picking up from just 3 lessons that I could say I've learned in golf and that apply purely to life as well. One of them is that when things go awry and things go really bad, check the fundamentals. And the fundamentals are a lot. There are the skills that you have. There are the opportunities that are available. They are the things that you have thought about doing in the past but simply could not. But there is an opportunity to do them where you have the right skill set. It is the network that you have. Perhaps you've lost a lot where you are, and there's a network of people that can open certain doors. Check your fundamentals. What are the things that have formed the foundation of where you are today? Because when a building comes crashing down, in many cases, if not all, the foundation remains intact. And if that foundation is still there for you, then you've got an opportunity to rebuild. The second thing is recovery is a big part of the success. I've mentioned that a few minutes ago by saying that when you find yourself in the bush during a round of golf, you have that opportunity to see a gap and get out through that gap and try to remain on course. And that is the recovery that you have. But if you try and force your way out and try and beat yourself down and wonder what you're going to do, and you're probably going to make a mistake and get further into trouble. Some of us are finding ourselves in trouble right now, and we're acquiring more debt, for example. I mean, at the end of the day, how will you get out of that debt? This is the time to try and look for the little gaps as opposed to getting yourself further in trouble. And then finally, ups, downs, and sharp corners are part of the journey. You have been up, I have been up. There have been times we've been very up, where things went very well, where we experienced great success. There are times that we've been down, and there are times that we've simply experienced sharp corners where we don't know what happens next. When we've been down, in most cases you can see the way up and you probably know how to get out of the situation. But where there's a sharp bend and you don't know what's happening next, this is the type of situation a lot of people find themselves in right now with COVID-19, because we don't know what happens there. And it's very similar, like when you get on the golf course, that sharp corner we usually refer to a dogleg. So from a dogleg left or a dogleg right. And in such situations, you really have to plan your journey. You really have to think about, how do I get myself across this sharp corner onto the place that I want to get? How do I get myself back on course in life? So I don't know what situation you're in. It could be anything. It could be things that are actually good, but it could be things have actually taken a tumble. The question is, in the situation that you found yourself in, what's your journey like, and what are the decisions you're making right now, and what's the next thing you're going to do and get yourself out of this?